Hey everybody, Nathan Lalonde here. You know, new construction is really hot right now, and we're seeing some great deals in the marketplace from builders. So I wanted to hop on here and go over a bunch of questions that I've seen coming up from people who are looking at new construction and wondering, you know, what's it going to be like if I build a new home or work with a builder as I'm buying a house. So the first question that I normally will get from people is, are builders negotiable on price? You know, back in the couple last years, as we've had that market highs, builders had people lining up to sign contracts with them. You know, there was literally a waiting list of a couple of months for you to be able to even enter into a contract, much less start the construction of your home. Well, a lot of things have changed over the last couple of months, over the last half year, you know, with the rise in interest rates and activity in new construction going down, or people purchasing, and the amount of people purchasing going down. Now what we're seeing is everything's flipped around, and builders are doing everything possible to get people to come in and purchase a home right now. So the answer is definitely yes. New construction will negotiate with you on price. They're already offering great incentives, but they will still come down on price with you on the price of the home. Another common question I see is, well, if I do go with new construction, decide to build a house, how long is that going to take? Well, a lot of that's going to depend on the builder and the quality of stuff that's going into the home, the quality of their construction. But a good rule of thumb is, if you're in a 2,000 square foot house, you know, that's probably going to take about 4 or 5 months for them to build that. If you're going up towards to a 3,000 square foot house or higher, you know, more likely looking at about 6 to 7 months, sometimes even 8 months. Again, it depends on the size of the house and what all you've put in, all the different options that you've put into the house. People will often wonder, you know, is new construction gonna be more expensive for me than if I went out and bought a resale home? Definitely you're paying more for a new construction house. With resale, you're always gonna get bigger house for your money than what you would in new construction. But with new construction, you're not inheriting somebody else's problems with the house. You're not gonna be going into the house thinking, all right, now I need to replace this roof within the next 2 years, or switch out the AC, or this water heater looks like it's about to die. You don't have to worry about any of that. Because everything in a new construction home is new, right? That's the benefit of going with new construction. That's why you're paying the premium. You're not only having the new stuff, but you're also getting the most modern finishes, the most modern styles. Everything is kind of a current style, something that's popular right now. So that's what you're really getting the benefit out of by going with new construction over a resale home. And that's why new construction is going to cost more. Now, you may be looking at new construction and wonder, well, how do I know what community to go into? There's this one popping up over here, that one over there. And there's a lot of great communities in the northwest side of town, and really all over Houston. But there's a lot of great communities that are popping up. But I recommend that you look and stay in a master plan community. And the reason is, you know, master plan communities, they've got that long-term plan for how they're going to develop the neighborhood. They're going to typically have more homes in them. They're going to have a retail area. They're going to have a lot of amenities, and they basically try and make it like its own little bubble, essentially, where you've got everything you need as a resident of the community, and don't have to go way outside the community to get the things that you need. So master plan communities typically going to be the best one for you. You know, on this north and west side of town, you're seeing a lot of great communities like that popping up. Dunham Point, Amira, Elysian, Marvita, further out 99 up towards the north, you've got plenty popping up there as well. And so I definitely recommend you stick with a master plan community. These smaller pocket communities where it's maybe a couple of hundred homes or something like that, majority of the time they may give you a little bit better deal to get people into the communities, but a majority of the time what you're going to see is your house value is going to appreciate better in a master plan community because it's like a destination area that people are wanting to move into. They're very desirable, and so they tend to sell better, and therefore your house value is going to go up better in a master plan community on most of the time, as opposed to one of those smaller pocket communities. The next couple of questions I get are kind of similar. They're flip-flops of each other. The first is, will the builder work with my realtor? You know, over the last couple of years, we've had some builders, only a few, trying to edge the realtors out. Those people were few and far between, and right now, they're kind of hurting because of it. Builders definitely want to work with your realtor. They actually prefer if you're represented because it makes the process easier for them. And realtors are really the lifeblood of new construction because we're constantly bringing our clients into the builders and getting people in to purchase their home. So they are definitely interested in working with your realtor. Now the flip side of that is a lot of people will ask, well, if I don't have a realtor, I can save money, right? Because they're not having to pay commissions. And the answer to that is, would you bite the hand that feeds you? You know, a majority of homes are sold in new construction through a realtor bringing their client in. And you know, the builders, they're not going to damage that relationship by trying to edge out the realtors and cut their commissions out and give their commissions over to people who are, to the buyers basically. I talk to builders all the time. They don't reduce their prices just because you don't have a realtor. And in fact, just the opposite. I've actually been brought in on deals to help buyers when they didn't have a realtor because the builder wanted them represented and wanted them working with a realtor. The other thing for you to think about is I work with builders on a regular basis. You know, I'm getting emails, dozens of emails from builders on a regular basis telling me what their inventory is, what's the best number they can do on their inventory, what incentives they've got, and all that kind of stuff. And most of the time, these are prices that if you walked into the model home, you're not going to see it. Or if you go online to their website, you're not going to see those prices. But they're telling that to me, knowing that I've got customers that if they give me a good price, I'll bring those customers in. So I'm seeing their real true numbers on a regular basis. You'll actually save more money by working with an experienced realtor on a new construction home than you will if you try and go in and get the best deal you can without one. A lot of people want to know what it's like to work with a builder and have questions like, well, can I get closing costs covered if I go and buy a new construction home? You know, builders, they've always had incentives that if you work with their in-house lender or preferred lender, that lender would give a little bit of money to cover closing costs. And in these market highs that we've seen the last couple of years, you know, that could be anywhere from $3,000, $5,000, maybe up to $6,000. But right now I'm seeing that number going up to more like $20,000. And so they're offering you incentives if you come in and work with their lender, their in-house lender. And you can use those incentives, that money, to buy down your closing or pay for your closing costs. You can use it to buy down your interest rate. A lot of people are seeing these super low rates with builders, and they're saying, how is the builder able to offer me 4.9% when this mortgage broker I talked to over here can only do like 6.5%? And that's how they're doing it. They're getting the incentives from the lender, their in-house lender or preferred lender, and they're buying down the points on those interest rates so that you can get a rate on a new construction home in the 4s. So that's one of the ways that they're doing this. You can still get great rates. You know, rates may not be in the 3 and 4% like they were back in the spring of 2022. But you can still get a rate that's in the upper 4s right now, and you're not having to pay the 6.5%, 7.5%, and even upwards of 8% that we saw in the fall. So that's one of the benefits of going with new construction over resale, because you're not going to see Joe Blow down the road selling his house offering you a bunch of incentives to get your interest rates down. And that's where new construction has the edge over resale right now, the incentives that they're doing and their ability to basically put you in a home at a good interest rate still. The last question we'll cover today is what's better, for me to build from the ground up or buy a home that's in a builder's inventory? And there's pros and cons, pluses and minuses of both sides. You know, if you're building from the ground up, you're the one choosing the carpet color. You're the one choosing the granite color and cabinets that are going in. You get to choose all your finishings and paint, and some builders will even allow you to do architectural adjustments and stuff like that. So you're really kind of designing that house from the ground up. You're going to the Builder's Design Center, picking all that stuff out. And with an inventory home, you don't get that. The downside on building is really going to be the timeline, right? You're at least looking at 4 to 5 months worth of time for them to start construction of the house and finish it if you're building from the ground up. Inventory homes, you know, right now you're really going to see that builders are putting good packages into inventory homes because they don't want to take the risk that those inventory homes are going to sit for a long time. So they already know what the most common updates are, what the best colors and the best updates are, and they're not going to put basically a bare bones house together and try and sell that. They're going to put a package in there that's going to attract buyers into it and get it sold. So right now they're putting in modern stuff, good flooring, good granite in the countertops, updates in the bathrooms and kitchen to attract buyers in. So you really, in an inventory home, are gonna get a home that's, you know, not bare bones. It's got the things in it that you want. And they typically have enough options in their inventory that if you didn't like the way this house looked, well, there's another one down the road, same model, with different colors and stuff in it. So that's one of the benefits of going with an inventory home. The other thing is you're more likely going to get a better deal if you buy one of their inventory homes than if you built from the ground up. Because with building from the ground up, there's not a whole lot of incentive for them to give you a price break. With an inventory home, you know, they have overhead costs for that inventory home. They're paying for insurance, they're paying for utilities, they're paying for upkeep and cleaning and all that kind of stuff, and that's eating into their profit margins. So a builder really wants to move that inventory home once it's finished. And to do that, they're going to give you the incentives. So buying an inventory home is definitely going to be better for you in price-wise because they're going to give you great deals to get it moved. So I hope you got a lot of information out of this video today. It's basically just a bunch of common questions that I get when people ask me about new construction homes. If you're interested in new construction, go ahead and reach out to me today. You can click the button below to contact me, and basically you just want to send me, you know, the size home that you need, how many bedrooms you need, 1-story, 2-story, price range, area, those types of things. And what I'll do is I'll put together a packet of the top 2 floor plans for about 4 to 5 builders, and I'll email that over to you. I know the best builders that are out there. I know the incentives that they're running and the deals that they've got on homes right now. I get this stuff all the time. I package it together. I've consolidated all the information. I just need to send it over to you. So reach out to me today. Tell me what you're looking for. I'll get that information over to you right away, and then you have good information to start moving and find yourself the home that you're looking for. So one thing I want you to keep in mind, I'm always running deals on new construction homes for buyers. And this is above what builders are giving you. So if you're interested in new construction, reach out to me. Tell me what you're looking for in a home. Ask me what deal I'm running for the month, and I'll send you some floor plan options and tell you the incentives that I've got going on if you're working with me for the month, all right? So let's get you started on finding you a great home. We'll talk soon.